Hey guys, I hope that you are all having an amazing day. I won't be before you long and just wanted to come and share an awesome strategy that I would love for you to incorporate into your course creation journey. So, as you're creating a course, one of the best things you can do is get in front of your audience, right? Make sure that you're in front of your audience on a regular basis before you're creating it, while you're creating it, and after you're creating it. So there is on Facebook, there is a thing called Facebook groups where you can join groups or you can create groups. And, we even have our course creation group. It's like that. But I highly recommend you create your own. The reason being is groups are a great way to kind of filter out the people that are not interested, but really, those people who are really interested in either working with you or continuing to learn more from you. So a neat way that you can use groups as you're creating courses is you can, start your group on Facebook. You just go to groups and then you create the group name, make it catchy so that people can find it. And then also put a very good description so people know what it is. But the neat thing about the groups is that it allows you an opportunity to be able to start pulling people over to your group. So what you can do as you're creating the course is you can start doing some behind the scenes things of what you're offering. You can do some teaching around it, some freebies around it. So one thing I'd recommend as you're creating the course, let's say you're creating a course on incorporating yoga into a busy schedule. You can start doing free yoga, 5-minute yoga stretches or videos. You can do lessons about the top 2 ways to incorporate yoga into your routine. You can do lessons about a free worksheet that checks off what you'll need for yoga. And the reason that this is helpful is because when you give people tons of value for free, then they start to think, wow, I wonder what they can give me for paid. And they start to inquire and want to know more. It also highlights your expertise, right? It shows man, this person really knows what she's talking about. She really knows, the ins and outs of yoga. Another benefit of creating groups is in the group, you can start to pose questions. So what are your top struggles with understanding yoga? What are your top struggles with liking yoga? What are your top struggles with incorporating yoga into a busy schedule? And as you begin to incorporate those questions, you're getting a lot of feedback, which serves now as content for the inside of your course. So let's say somebody's well, I don't know how to really create a routine, and so I'm kind of all over the place. Now people likely want routines. You can create a lesson or a module about that. But you're getting a lot of feedback. Also, as you continue to organically grow the group, you'll notice that people will start talking just naturally. They'll be oh, I did yoga today because I didn't watch TV last night. Now that's, data or material or content for you to start talking about. So the groups are really powerful in that way. So I highly recommend you create a free group where, again, you can show a behind the scenes of what you're working on and organically begin to invite people, do free little small trainings. They don't need to be anything big or anything super formal. Maybe give a checklist. Just start inviting people so that they're really able to see who you are. Remember, we talked about the know, like, and trust factor. When people know you, like you, and trust you, they're more likely to engage with you. And to purchase from you. And a group is a great way to get people to that next level. The other way that you can create groups that's been very, very helpful. So you can create a free group like that, but then you can also create a group that you attach to your course. So let's say you finish your yoga course. We'll just stay with the yoga flow. Let's say that you finish your yoga course and you're oh, okay, well, now I want my people to have extra support, because we all know that accountability is huge. Now you can create an accountability group for that, meaning that you're okay, I'm going to give my people, a lesson once a week when they sign up, or I'm just going to go live and open up for Q&A once a week. But this group what I feel is the group takes it to the next level. So when I did my very first course, the book writing boot camp, I just did the book writing boot camp, and that was kind of it. Well, then when I added in the accountability group on Facebook where they could, check in, I'd ask them once a week, what are your goals? What are you working on? They saw what other people were doing. It really up-leveled the group. People started showing up in unique ways. People started following through with their goals. They started getting excited about their goals. They started inviting people, and it really up-leveled it. And even cooler is if you create a catchy enough name for your paid group, you will you'll notice that people will come. So I've had people request to be in this group before, and they'll say, like, send a request on Facebook, and I'll respond like, hey, I think it's so amazing that you want to work with me, but unfortunately this is a paid group. Or, I think it's so amazing you want to learn more about course creation, but unfortunately this is a paid group. I'd love to hop on the phone with you and talk about how I can support you with getting your course created. So it also creates like an organic connection and conversation piece, and I've had people I've hopped on the phone with and organically been able to convert into the program because they just want support and they accidentally found my group. So that's a great way as well. So also, let me clarify, when I say paid and free group, on Facebook you can't charge. So you have the free group that you just let like everybody in, and then you have a paid group. So technically it would be like you only let people in the group, because you get to control it as the admin. You only let people in the group that maybe are working with you one-on-one, or maybe in your course with you, or you've consulted, or however you decide. So it's not necessarily that you're taking like money or fees or anything like that from Facebook. It's just like you keep people sectioned off. You keep those who are like still learning and considering working with you, and those you want to learn information from, and those you want to teach in one area, and then you keep those who have committed or invested or taken it to the next level in the other group. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you consider creating Facebook groups. The one thing I will say is if the name is taken, come up with another creative name, because sometimes there are names that are taken. But come up with another creative name, and I would say start creating it as soon as today. The creation part takes 2 seconds. You can make like a nice overview cover on like Canva or something like that, and you can write the name, and you can write a brief description, and then you can be done from there. Like, that doesn't have to take a long time. And then you can begin to organically invite people. You can be like, hey, I have this awesome group, or once a week I'm going to do trainings, or hey, I have this awesome group if you ever wanted to learn about yoga, or whatever it may be. You just organically begin to invite people. And then with your paid group, you make it part of the program. So you let people know like, hey, once you sign up, you get access to this group, and I'm really excited to like connect with you. And it's, in a high vibe group. We're going to have an amazing time. This is where you sign up. So you can look at the description of our group and kind of get an idea of what the description is. But basically the description is an overview, like what they can expect from the group, and why they should join the group. And yeah, it's just a great way to really grow your community and your tribe and see who's interested in moving to the next level. It's a great way for people to get to know you, and in turn be able to increase your sales, but also more importantly, increase your impact as well. So I'm going to challenge you to create a paid and a free group today. Remember, that'll take like 5 minutes per group, not anything extensive. And then for your free group, I want you to just start naturally inviting people over so that they can join and take it to that next level with you. And then you just start showing up as the expert that you know that you are called to be. So just want to come and share that with you super briefly. I hope that you all have an amazing day, and I will chat with you later.